Welcome once again to Cincinnati People. Today we are talking with Christina Vassallo, the new Executive Director of the Contemporary Art Center. Christina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Catherine, thank you for having me.
This is a big time. You arrived just a few months ago, right in the middle of a big anniversary for the CAC. So let's talk about this. I always like to say that the CAC is a work of art that houses works of art, and you get to walk into that beautiful building every day. So let's talk about this 20th anniversary of the Zaha Hadid design building.
Yeah, and I love that description, a work of art that houses works of art, and I'm definitely going to use that. I'll give you credit.
It's yours.
But yeah, I could very much feel that during the interview process. There is so much reverence for the building, and my interview was many months ago at this point, and now that I've approached my 6-month anniversary in this role, and we just opened an anniversary exhibition that celebrates Zaha Hadid's legacy and our building, I've come to understand the sense of ownership that Cincinnatians feel of the Lois and Richard Rosenthal Center for Contemporary Art. And, I'm just really proud to be part of this now.
There are a lot of things kind of leading up to or just in celebration of this 20th anniversary. You mentioned the exhibition. Tell us, for those folks who haven't seen it, what it entails and what we can see.
Absolutely. It is a roster of 7 international artists and collectives that have created architectural interventions and responses to the building. Some of them are architects, some of them are visual artists, and all of them are, really sort of grappling with the space, dancing with Zaha's design concepts in the space. And really thinking about her, what her position was, as an architect, a woman architect in a male-dominated field, from the Middle East, and what all that meant and how that contributed to her career, her genius, and again, her legacy.
And thinking about this and putting this together, and again, it's not just one exhibition. You guys have a lot of celebration ahead as well. What is it like, though, for you walking into a building like that every day, that this is your office and this is where you work?
Yeah, well, I will say this exhibition has made me see the building in a new light. And I think that has that potential too for people who've lived with it for 20 years, right? There are so many installations that just make you think about the building differently, and they really draw to the forefront of your mind, Zaha's incredible use of space, the different sight lines in the building. They really emphasize that. So I would encourage anyone to come see the exhibition. We are free to enter, to see the show. And for me, I often think about how Zaha wanted to create a deliberate visitor experience, right? The cadence of the stairs are unusual. They're not like regular stairs you would find in a commercial space or in your home. They really force you to kind of slow down and be intentional about where you're going. And I often say that, I feel like I should be wearing a ball gown when I descend the stairs there. I've actually seen dancers move through the space. CSO brought in an incredible dance troupe from Miami, and their studio is in Zaha Hadid's last building that she designed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we are among her first. And so to watch them go through the space was really an exciting experience. So yeah, I just want people to just sort of, take it in as they go through.
That's interesting. So for those of us who have been there and have appreciated it, this exhibition could make us look at it in a brand new light as well.
Yes, I think so. It's got that potential.
So let's talk about other ways you guys are celebrating here in the next couple of weeks, including a gala coming up very soon.
Yes, on Saturday, just a few days, we're putting the finishing touches on it. We decided to move the gala this year to October because we wanted it to have overlap with this major exhibition, A Permanent Nostalgia for Departure, because the gala, we are honoring the Rosenthal family for the impact that they've had on Cincinnati and especially the CAC. And we're also honoring Zaha because of our 20th anniversary. So it all just seemed to make sense to have them running concurrent. We will have an installation by Lightborn, and anyone who knows Lightborn really understands how they can electrify a space, right? They can make it move just with visuals. It's going to be a thrilling experience. Our education team has also been collecting oral histories, and so those will be dropping throughout the year. But we're really having one, I would say, describe it as celebratory moment every month about the building for the entire year.
And you mentioned you've been here in Cincinnati for about 6 months. Tell us about your experience here, what you've learned, what you've experienced, and what's still to come.
Yeah. So, I mean, Cincinnati has warmly embraced me. Everyone has been so welcoming. I have not had a dull moment since I moved here. There's always something going on. And it's really funny, as someone who runs an organization that is consistently organizing events, and if we happen to choose an event on a night where there's something else going on, people sort of throw their hands up and say, why can you change the date? And I think to myself, we're also lucky to be living in such a vibrant city where, there are multiple things going on every night. And I've been torn nearly every day that I've lived here of what I'm going to do each night after work. There's an incredibly deep bench of talent in our artistic and cultural, scene. I've been really busy conducting studio visits and getting to know artists, in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. That's taken up a lot of my time, and it's, probably one of the most exciting parts of my job. But what's up next? We are in the process of conducting a strategic plan. So that'll take us about 8 months. And, that's really going to reveal our future for us and some of the strategic decisions we need to make to get to where we want to be. We're testing our assumptions on who we think our audience is and, what they need from a museum. And it's all in the service of being a responsive and a relevant and responsible museum in the 21st century, right? What museum goers need from us today is very different from what they needed from us 85 years ago, back when we were started by 3 intrepid young women.
That's incredible to think about what might be to come. We look forward to that as well. And Christina, thank you so much. Welcome to Cincinnati. It's been 6 months. I feel like by this point you're almost a native, so we'll count you in. But we can't wait to see the exhibition and everything happening there at the CAC.
Thank you, Catherine. I so appreciate it.